Hi and welcome to our program. Today we are visiting Kunstcentret Silkeborg, where we're going to learn about its history, about the sculpture park and its secret places. Follow me. Hi.
Hello.
Awesome.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having us. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
And you? Yeah.
Good. So
Okay.
what do you want to show us today?
I want to tell you about all the things behind the curtains that we need to have sort of the back office and workshop functions to be able to produce all these exhibitions that we do. We are a little bit like a theater that make new productions all the time. And this is actually the space of our workshop. It is only 2 small rooms, so it's very filled with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Up here we have all the chemics, and we have a tool area with this kind of tools that everybody know from workshops at home maybe or at their workplaces. But we have also things that people don't normally have so much of. For instance, so many things for electrical functions. And another place I will show you, we have a lot of AV equipment, flat screens and things like this, which is very much used in visual art today, in installations and for video formats and so on. And we need to be ready with these things when the artist's work need to be showed in this way. And we are working in an old house, so also we need a lot of different plugs and screws and nails and different things. So if you get a bit closer here, you can see all the different ones, and our technician have tried to mark them all or to turn them so you can see what do you have where. Very important is these nails up here. Just take, this is one kind of nails. It's the soft kind, and this can only be used in plaster walls. But it's very important. This is the same. This just shows how many we have. Here we have the ones in steel. This is really a known company for steel equipment. Here you see the steel ones. These. And we have them in different lengths, of course. There you could just use a normal hammer and go into bricks or concrete actually also. So this is an old house. As you already have seen maybe, it's consisting of old parts from 1883 and modern parts from 1998. So you have bricks, you have concrete, you have soft walls, you have plaster walls, inner coated walls, and many different. So each time our technician go and start a new installation of an exhibition, he must see, okay, I like this painting there, the curator says, or the artist says, okay, he must look at the wall first to see what kind of wall do we have. And then he must look at the artwork to see on the back side of the artwork, what is the possibility. We do not hang them in strings. We hang the art or install the art so the installation technique is invisible. So you can, as a visitor, you can focus on the artwork. That's really important. But before the artwork can go to installation, maybe it needs to be framed first. So we can also help on that. We have some frames. It's organized in shelf like this. So in here, you have different sizes of frames. And of course, maybe for new eyes it looks a bit messy, but we are a few persons here. We know every frame in this place. And a frame is, I just take one out. For instance here. Here's the frame. It's 1 meter by 70 centimeter in the measures. It has glass, real glass, reflects free, and on the back side there is like an inner system here with small screws in the side, and you have to take them out. Then you can open here and remove this cardboard, and then you can put your art item inside. But to secure that the artwork is not damaged, you must have different techniques to protect the artwork. So you cannot use glue, and you cannot use greasy material. We need to work with very gentle methods.
Yeah.
One method actually, it's very low practical, but people don't know. It's, you know, when you have a baby, you use different washing things. I can show you.
Like for clothes?
Yes. It's a little tissue. It's this soft material, you know. This one-time uses to wash a child. It can be used when you want to put something behind an artwork. So you put this one in the bottom, and then the artwork on the top of it, and then the glass comes. And the pressure from the glass toward the artwork and this tissue will keep it in place. So you don't need any glue at all.
Okay.
That's a good method for many things.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is also another kind of frame, and I'll show that one also in the workshop. This is another kind of frame.
Okay.
Because it's not screws on the back side. It's small things like this. I can show you on the table over there how to work with it. This is the front of the frame. This is just something old with ice cream in there. And here's the back side and how to get into it. You need to remove these small things here. And when you want to close it again, then you have an instrument somewhere here in the shelf. And of course, when you are several persons using the same tools, there will always be an issue. Did you put it back in its place?
Of course.
After
but this
use.
there are a lot of things here. So you just pull it
It's a kind of a
upwards.
little shooter.
Ah, okay.
And then you do like this, and it shoots these inside.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not this one, but it's similar.
So they are not reusable?
No, they are not reusable. When you take this one out, it's finished. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But what is reusable is the frame in itself. So we have used this one maybe 100 times.
Yeah, of course.
So instead of making a new frame, every time we have an artwork, we have a selection of frames in different sizes. So when the artwork get in, about this size, then we look, okay, which frame could fit for this artwork.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of sustainable solution, not to make new frames every time.
Yeah, definitely. That would be a lot of work.
Yeah, of course. I'll put this one back in the shelf.
And are you usually involved in this process? Like,
No, in our art center we have a division of work between different persons. I'm the curator, I'm the leader of the art center, and we have a technician who work here in the workshop, and he has a team of volunteers also helping him. And sometimes he has 1 or 2 colleagues coming in externally for very large productions. So they are a team of maybe 3-4 men to install an exhibition in a week.
okay.
Because normally when we change from one exhibition to another, we have only 1 week's time to do this. So what you really need is to be so prepared
Yeah, I can
possible with everything you can prepare.
imagine. Yeah.
And then the artwork arrive, and then
like
you install in 1 week,
super fast.
long working days. Of course, you could also close the art center for a month, but then you never get finished and ready for the audience. So it's better to have these intense productions. Now I'll take you to the cellar to show you some of the things that you need also for art exhibitions here. And we are passing a space here on our way with some big boxes. When artwork arrive, they typically are packed in boxes like this.
Oh,
this one is very big, and it has
Yeah,
contained several paintings. It can also be wrapped in bubble plastic and transported in different ways. And this stuff also fills space. So now we are in the deposit room now. Sometimes it's totally full with
Yeah, I can imagine.
boxes and travel stuff from the artwork. And sometimes it's art exhibitions which are very digital. And then there's not so much physical stuff.
Yeah.
But you need to be ready. To get into the cellar, we need to take this, use this escalator, which will not escalate, but escalate.
And how often do you change exhibitions?
Well, in normal years, it's 3 or 4 times a year we have these changes. We can be in the escalator, all of us. This looks like playhouses for kids or something like that, but it's actually podiums. For art, for sculpture and things like this.
Okay.
And they are put down on their sides right now. And as you can see, they have been painted green for one production 2 years ago, and they are not yet painted back to white, but very often it's white in our art center. We also have some elements from productions which are too good to throw away. Yeah. I remember one production with these small ladders here. They made it possible for our audience to climb into some small niches in the exhibition, which is the access to the niche is about in the height of your neck, your shoulder, and to get up there, you could use this one. And then inside the niche there was a very comfortable chair where you could sit down and put on some earphones. And listen to what the artist made. And this is simply too good to throw away.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have kept them and hope that another artist will use them one day.
It's always nice.
I think since I started in this place 22 years ago, we have made about 330 productions. And we cannot keep the stuff produced for each exhibition every time. Yeah, because then the cellar would not be big enough.
Yeah. But that's too bad. I'm sure that there were a lot of things that...
Yeah, but sometimes our artists, they can use it other places and take it with them or things like this.
Okay.
Also now we are hopefully through all this time of the COVID protection and all that. We still need to have cleaning possibilities for audience, but not so many as last year. Yeah. So we see now that some of them come back to our cellar. And it's also very important that we all the time tell our audience what's going on. And this is some equipment to be used for informing our audience. Behind you here, there are some very nice benches, and we all like them very much, and also our artists like them, because they are from the old days when this place was a health facility. And they were bathing benches. And they are used also today in some of the productions to make seating possibility for the visitors around in the exhibition. Yeah, we can turn around and look at the other side. There's a lot of buckets with paint, and some of it are from a specific production. There's one here, the special blue color. That's actually something that is used in the visitors area of the cafe. And so we kept this to be able to repair that piece of the wall which is painted with this. There are a lot of small buckets with something from a different specific production, and we of course keep it because in next production maybe somebody asks, can we paint this a little bit like that, and we can go down here and we can just almost find what we need. That's fantastic. So here we have some in olive color for walls in the forest villa, the other building we have. And then we have a lot of normal wall paint also, because from each production there will be a lot of wall repair, where the screws and plugs have gone in. We repair after, fill it up, paint.
So every time?
Every time.
Ah, damn.
It's a big work, but it's really important for the aesthetics and the presentations that these things look good.
Yes, of course.
We
but I had no idea that every time it was repaired.
No.
I just thought that they used the same.
People don't think about that. But you cannot just use the same, because the next painting that come, maybe it's higher, maybe it's wider.
It makes sense.
And then it will hang like this in the exhibition. If you should do a really good exhibition, then you should do something. Now we take the example that there are some two-dimensional work around. You should take care that there are some kind of piece in the way you install it. Because if people don't recognize or see the way it's installed, then they see the work. If the installation is in different heights, messy and like that, then you will not be able to focus so much on the artwork. So the best you can do is to make the installation so discreet that all the focus will be on the artwork. And in this installation there is also a lot of mediation, because the curators decide which works should be beside each other, because in your eyes when you come as a visitor you read what you see together with what's around it. So if you have two artworks beside each other that talk to each other or contribute to the interpretation of each other, then it's really good.
I'm actually very curious about that curating process. Like, how long does it usually take for an exhibition to be like prepared, like curated, like everything? Like, how is that process?
If it's a really large exhibition here in our art center, it will be 2 years.
2 years?
And that's actually the issue right now, where we have an exhibition with 42 Ukrainian contemporary artists in the whole main building. So it's on both floors. It's 2 years since we started the planning. Of course, the planning gets more and more intense the closer you get to the deadlines.
Of course.
But the first contacts and the work to curate, pick, contact, all this, it started 2 years ago. And then you have also a work to create the economical framework around the exhibition. It's in the ideal work, this is done first, and then you start on the production. But in the real world, it's very often a parallel, ongoing tasks that you solve. And in this exhibition that we have now, it's a team who have been working together, and the tasks are divided in this team of 4 or 5 persons. And now we are getting very far away from our cellar. Maybe I just invite you to see the most secret room of our cellar. It's in the other end here. But because I have something there that you don't know we need to have.
Interesting.
I think in most museums you don't reflect on it, but in all the buildings it's comfortable, fresh air, ventilation, good temperature, all these things, stable environment. And to control all this, we need machinery. And in here, this space, we have 1 of 3 machines in the art center to control ventilation and temperature and things like this. And it's a big monster. And we have these 1,000...
This is 1 of 3?
1 of 3. We have these 1,000 square meters in the building where we are in the cellar now. And this is 1 of 3. Of course, it's not the last new model, but it says something that we actually need the cellar to have it somewhere. And these things are hidden for our audience. And then we can use some of the space down here in this necessary cellar corner also to our vitrines. This is the top of podiums with vitrine possibility, and we have the podiums here on your other side. Still, we have some green ones.
This is the Ukrainian exhibition?
Yes,
that
now
you
we are in the
mentioned?
corner of the Ukrainian exhibition, and we'll just go through here because we want to find the secret places. And now we are looking for the tower in our building.
So nice. It's actually quite big.
Of course, our expertise here in the Art Center is related to art. You can hear it from the name, but also because of the history of the site. We also have a lot of interesting things to tell about history, and we also get a lot of questions from our visitors. Now we'll go to the tower. And take care you don't fall on the staircase. They are narrow. The steps
And this
here.
is usually closed.
It's closed. It's closed because it's too dangerous for audience to get up here. It would need a lot of security and rescue routes and so on if audience should be here. On the way we can see, we have all our creative material in a closet like this. And it's nice. We use these old facilities for that.
It is a nice
Here
touch.
it's locked because it's very important that nobody goes up there because it's dangerous. But now we'll do it.
Yes. We are not afraid.
No. And you should take care of your head because it gets lower and lower as we approach the
it
top.
gets really comes a breeze.
Yes. Now we are outside a little bit.
Okay.
And we are really behind the walls here because you can see it's dirty and it smell like old days also.
It does.
It's a bit wet up here. This is really funny. On the outside from the park you can see an old clock.
Yeah.
And it has to be this big heavy thing here needs to be pulled up every 10 days. So one member of the staff go up here and pull the wheel around, and this one will be raised, and then the clock can go for the
Another
next
10
week.
days.
Yes.
Ah, that's so fun. Like, this is so old school. It's so cool.
Yes. And if you don't say anything, you can hear. Yeah. But you can get even further up in the tower here. Just follow me.
Yeah.
I think there's some sunshine today.
Yeah, we were so lucky.
We can get out in the sun. And now we approach the place where you should take care of your head. Here.
Okay.
Yeah? Take care of your head. Yeah, so now we're up here where you can have a view. You can, behind me, you can see the entrance to the park area where people access the art center. And if you turn left, you can see the lake. The art center is placed close to Lake Ørnsø in the Silkeborg Lake District. And if we turn further left, you can see between the trees, you can see some of the other buildings that belong to the area here. The little red one, a bright one in the middle, where there is a kindergarten today, and also a yellow one on the left side, where we have this exhibition about the old days of the health facility.
Cool.
And in that whole park area, you will also find a lot of different sculptures.
Yeah, I've taken a look around.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
It could be a dream one day to make it possible to
Yeah, I
get
was
up
gonna
here also
ask.
for the audience, but it will be really expensive. And there's a lot of technical needs because it's not a new building. It's fragile and it's kept restored so it looks like in the old days, and we should keep it that way.
Yeah,
It's
that
very
is a really
important.
nice touch.
Yeah. But let's go down again. Yeah.
It's really like coming to another world.
Yeah.
Is the door?
Yeah, now we have approached a special room from the old days. We have, behind this wall, we have an escalator for audience, but actually it is constructed in an old water tower from the old days. And that's why this room here is very high, and it has this special ceiling and the special windows which actually look like from Roman churches or something like that. So here locally we call it the space for the cathedral. That's maybe a bit big word for it, but to divide it from other rooms. And actually the artists like it very much because it's a bit secret. But we have something which is even more secret. Because I showed you earlier today our workshop area.
Yes.
But after an exhibition also something is left over on the administrative side.
Okay.
Maybe not so much today as earlier. Oh, please come in. We just go in here.
Okay.
Maybe you never thought about when you are here for a concert that where are the chairs normally? They are here. So every time we have a concert, like this evening to come, for instance, we have a concert, some member of the staff will bring these chairs down for audience.
Okay.
And after the production of an exhibition, there will be some leftovers from the office. And year by year, it will be placed in our administration deposit room.
Okay. What do you mean by leftovers?
Yeah,
from
now
the
you
office?
see what I mean.
I like paperwork
Yeah,
related?
paperwork, yes.
Okay.
Actually, down here, you have paperwork from the economy department. And today it's digital, but in 20 years it has been physical. And there is laws that you should keep the documents so and so long time. And maybe we are approaching that time where we're going to maculate the oldest part of it. But we will also keep some because it's the deposit here is kind of the memory of all the activity in the place.
Yeah.
This is really going to be worth a lot of money. Because people don't use this stuff anymore, but we kept it because maybe in between you need to type something on an envelope or things like that. So we kept it. And you can almost see the history of museums in these cash machines for the ticket sale. Yeah. The first and the second, and now we have a third. Down in the entrance.
And they're like 25 years old?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. This is also one of these funny items that has been left over from an earlier exhibition. Something here that you could read by turning the wheel.
Maybe I can help you from this.
I'm turning the wheel. Turning the wheel was what the audience could do. So they could read this article by turning the wheel.
Was this the last place?
That was the last place, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like I have really had no idea how big it is.
No.
Like other than the museum itself. Well, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for everything.
You're welcome. Please visit us in the summer also. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a pleasure. Thank you.
Good.
That was it for today. Thank you so much for staying with us. We hope you enjoyed this program. See you next time.